Hello and welcome to a Midnight Diary tutorial. This week I'm going to be showing you the knitted Picot Cast On, a pretty alternative to your standard cast-ons which gives a slightly frilled edge. This cast-on features in the playground socks that I'm about to release on Payhip. In order to take part with this tutorial you will need to be able to knit, to purl and to understand basic cable cast on and casting off. If you need any help with those skills, then I suggest you check out other tutorials on the channel and come back to this shortly. Enjoy!
So I'm just going to start by making my slip knot here. If you need a tutorial on how to make a slip knot, then you can see my 2 Minute Tuesday video, which I will link in the description. We've got a slip knot. The next step is to use a simple cable cast on. So we're going to put the needle through the slip knot as though to knit, wrap the yarn, working on around the needle, draw it through again as though to knit, but this time we're going to pop it onto the working needle. Now we're going to go between. We're going to go ahead and cast on 4 stitches in total, so you're going between. This is just a standard cable cast on. So now, as you can see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches on the needle. Once we've reached this stage, we're going to cast off 2 using a standard cast off method. So you're going to start by knitting the first stitch and the second stitch onto your right hand needle. You're going to insert your left hand needle into the first stitch that you knitted and lift it off and over. 3 stitches on this side, 1 on this side. We're going to do the same again to cast off a second stitch, knit that stitch, lift it off and over. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put that stitch back onto the left hand needle. So now we have 3 stitches on the needle. We're going to go ahead and do the same again. So we're going to cast on another 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to cast off 2 of those. So knit the first one, knit the second one, lift the first one off and over, knit a third stitch and lift the first one, the furthest one towards your hand on the right hand needle, off and over, and we're going to pass that stitch back onto the needle. So now you can see you've got 2 lots of 2 plus 1 left over, and we're just going to repeat that stage over and over until we have enough stitches. So we're back to step 2, whereby we cast on 4 stitches, we're going to cast off 2 of those stitches, so knit, knit, and pass the first knit stitch over the second, knit 1 more, pass that knit stitch over the most recent one and pop that back on. And there you can see our Picot cast on edge is growing. So this will give you an odd number of stitches. It will give you multiples of 2 plus 1. So to rectify this, say you want to cast on to 8 stitches, you would just do a normal knitted cast on for your final stitch and you're good to go. So let's go over these steps again. Step 1, make a slip knot. Pop that onto your left hand needle. Step 2, cast on 4 more stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. This gives you 5 stitches on your left hand needle. Step 3, cast off 2 stitches. 1, 2. Step 4, put your stitch from the right hand needle back onto the left. Repeat steps 2 to 4. So step 2 is cast on 4 more stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Step 3 was cast off 2 of those stitches. So we start by knitting 2 stitches and lifting the first off over the second. Repeat that again, knit a stitch, lift the previous one off and over. Step 4, put it back onto the needle. And there you have it, Picot Cast On.